So, is it really possible to create a legit weekly income just by hitting up a thrift store? I decided to put it to the test. I bought this vintage Pyrex dish for less than $5, and in under a week, I sold it for a massive profit. In this video, I'm showing you exactly how I did it, step by step, so you can do it too. We're going to cover what to actually look for, how to price it, and how to turn forgotten junk into weekly cash. All right. Here is the challenge and the hunt. The goal was simple. Prove that with just a few dollars and a little knowledge, you can build a consistent weekly income. The problem, you walk into a thrift store and it's just overwhelming. There are aisles and aisles of, junk. Shelves overflowing with stained coffee mugs, ancient electronics, and clothes that have definitely seen better days. It's so easy to feel lost and think there's nothing good here. And that's the biggest hurdle for most people, the fear of not knowing what to buy, of wasting money on something that's just going to collect dust in your own house. My strategy is to just ignore all that noise. I walk in with a plan. I'm not looking for 100 different things. I'm hunting for one or two specific categories of items that I know sell fast online. On this day, my budget was just $20. The mission? Find at least one item I could flip for a serious profit within a week. The hunt always begins in the housewares section. This is usually the most chaotic part of the store. You have to be willing to get your hands a little dirty, move stuff around, and look at the back of the shelves. Most people just scan the front. The real gems are often hidden behind a stock of chipped plates or some mismatched glasses. I work my way down the aisle, my eyes scanning for specific colors, patterns, and brand names. It's less of a treasure hunt and more of a targeted search. I passed on dozens of items. A set of modern generic glasses? Nope. A plain white Corelle dinner set? Pass. I'm looking for something with a story, something that collectors are actually out there searching for. And that's when I saw it. Tucked behind a stack of faded Tupperware, I spotted a flash of that unmistakable vintage color. I reached in and pulled out a classic piece of kitchen history, a vintage Pyrex casserole dish. But it wasn't just any Pyrex. This was the Lucky in Love pattern, a promotional piece from 1959. Now, this is the most important part of flipping. You have to know why something is valuable. Most people would see a glass dish and walk right by. But I knew that certain vintage Pyrex patterns are crazy sought after by collectors. The Lucky in Love pattern is basically one of the holy grails for Pyrex fans because it was a limited release and it's notoriously hard to find in good shape. Before I even thought about putting it in my cart, I pulled out my phone. This little device is the single most important tool you have as a reseller. I opened the eBay app, typed in Vintage Pyrex Lucky in Love, and this is crucial, filtered the results by sold listings. You don't care what people are asking for something, you only care what people are actually paying for it. The sold listings showed me that this exact dish in similar condition was consistently selling for between $50 and $80. I gave the dish a quick inspection. No major chips or crocks. The pattern was vibrant with hardly any fading or dishwasher damage, which is a common problem that just kills the value. The lid was even there, which is a huge bonus. I turned it over and saw the price tag, $3.99. My heart did a little jump. This was it. This was the one. This single dish had the potential to hit my entire weekly profit goal from one flip. So what would you have done? Would you have grabbed this or walked right past it? Let me know down in the comments. With the Pyrex secured in my cart, I headed to the checkout. The total cost for my golden goose, $4.27 after tax. I always keep my receipts. You've got to be transparent with your numbers if you want to build trust and actually understand your own business. It's easy to get hyped about a big sale price, but you have to track your real profit. Walking out of that store, I felt that rush that every flipper lives for. It's the thrill of knowing you found something special that everyone else just walked right past. But finding it is only half the battle. Now, the real work begins. My plan was simple and designed for speed because the goal here is weekly cash, not a long-term storage project. First, a thorough but gentle cleaning. You can't just toss vintage stuff in the dishwasher. Second, a photo shoot. Your pictures are everything in online selling. you have to make the item look irresistible. And third, a well-written, keyword-rich listing on eBay to get it in front of the right buyers. My goal was to have it listed by the end of the day. Back home, it was time to turn this dusty thrift find into a premium online product. With vintage kitchenware, especially Pyrex, you have to be super careful when you're cleaning. Harsh chemicals or abrasive sponges can scratch the glass, or even worse, strip the paint right off and completely destroy the value. My secret weapon is just a simple, non-abrasive cleaner and a soft microfiber cloth. I gently washed the inside and outside, being extra careful around that printed pattern. I made sure to get all the grime off the bottom and handles. It took maybe 15 minutes, but the difference was night and day. The colors popped, the glass was gleaming. It looked almost brand new. Next up, photos. You do not need a fancy studio. I use a simple setup: a roll of white paper for a clean background, and 2 cheap lamps to get good, even lighting. Taking high-quality photos is non-negotiable. I took pictures from every single angle: top, bottom, sides, inside, and close-ups of the pattern and the official Pyrex stamp on the bottom. I also took a picture of the lid both on and off the dish. And this is critical: if there are any flaws, even tiny ones, you have to photograph them. I found a minuscule scratch on the lid, so I took a close-up shot to make sure the buyer knew exactly what they were getting. Honesty builds trust and prevents returns. With the cleaning and photos done, the dish looked incredible. It went from a forgotten piece of clutter on a thrift store shelf to a desirable collector's item ready for its close-up. The transformation was complete. Alright, quick pause. If you're enjoying this and seeing how this whole process works, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It really helps the channel out and lets me know you want more of these deep dive flips. And hey, if you want to follow along on more of these money-making adventures, make sure you're subscribed. Now for the part that actually makes the money: the listing. I went with eBay because it has a massive global audience of over 130 million buyers, which is perfect for niche collectibles like this. Your title is the most important part of your listing. It needs to be packed with the exact keywords a buyer would search for. My title was Vintage 1959 Pyrex 043 Casserole Dish Lucky in Love Pattern with Lid, Rare, HTF. I crammed in the year, model number, pattern name, and key collector terms like vintage, rare, and HTF, or hard to find. For the price, I chose a buy now instead of an auction. Since my research told me the going rate, an auction wasn't really necessary, and buy now usually means a faster sale. Based on the sold comps and the amazing condition of my dish, I priced it at $74.99 plus shipping. This was a little on the high end, but my photos were excellent and the condition justified a premium price. In the description, I repeated all the keywords from the title and wrote a short paragraph explaining the item's condition. I was totally upfront about that tiny scratch on the lid. I also put in the dimensions and weight. The more info you give, the more confident your buyer will be with their purchase. Finally, I uploaded my dozen high-quality photos and hit that list item button. And then, the wait. This is always a weird part of the process. You've done all the work and now you just have to wait for the right person to find it. It could sell in 5 minutes or it could take 5 weeks. But because I did my research and knew this was a high-demand item, I was pretty confident it would sell fast. I didn't have to wait long at all. Just 2 days after I listed it, I was at my day job when my phone buzzed with that beautiful sound, the eBay cha-ching. The dish sold for the full asking price of $74.99. This is the moment that makes it all worth it. That feeling of turning a $4 thrift store find into a nearly $75 sale in just a few days is incredibly empowering. But the sale price isn't the whole story. Let's break down the actual profit, because this is a business. The sale price was $74.99. My cost for the dish was $4.27. eBay's fees, which are around 13 to 15% of the total amount, came out to $11.25. The cost to ship it safely, and you have to pack glassware like it's a Fabergé egg, was $13.45. So when all was said and done, my net profit was $46.02. from one single item, an item I spent less than $5 on and that sold in under 48 hours. That's a return on investment of over 1,000%. This one flip alone put nearly $50 of cash right back in my pocket for the week. So what does this all prove? It proves that making a weekly income from flipping isn't about luck, it's about knowledge. It's about knowing what to look for, doing your research right there in the store, and presenting your item like a pro. You don't need a lot of money to start, you just need to be willing to learn. Imagine finding just 4 or 5 items like this every single week. That could easily be an extra $200 or more in weekly cash, or over $1,000 a month just from hitting up thrift stores in your spare time. The potential is definitely there. The secondhand market is booming, and people are out there actively looking for these unique, high-quality vintage items. This whole process from finding the dish to shipping it out took less than a week. It started as a challenge to see if it was really possible, and the answer is a huge yes. It takes some work, but turning cheap thrift store items into weekly cash is a real, achievable side hustle that absolutely anyone can start. And before you go, let me ask you, have you ever spent the whole night chatting a girl, laughing, telling her everything you like about her, but the moment you see her the next morning, your confidence drops? You'll pretend like you don't even know her. You'll just walk past her like she never existed. This is the confidence gap between planning and action. You made a budget, set a savings goal, planned a business idea, or dreamed about financial freedom, but still did nothing. Click the video on your screen right now. You need to watch it. It breaks down why people plan so confidently, then freeze when it is time to act. It uses a funny texting versus real-life analogy to show the same pattern behind procrastination, money mistakes, weak follow-through, and stalled business goals. If action is your problem, that video is your next watch. Click it now.